I came to Spain in January 2009 to study at the University of Granada's Center for Modern Languages. I lived with a host family for nearly 6 months while taking classes, traveling, and just enjoying the laid-back Spanish lifestyle. But one of the most memorable parts of my time abroad was the opportunity I had to work at a children's hospital there in the city. Granada turned out to be the perfect place to study abroad. Not only did I enjoy all of my classes, but the city itself was beautiful and lively and offered endless new experiences. As a language and international health major, being able to immerse myself in the Spanish culture really helped me work on the language part of my curriculum. I was even more excited though when I found out I could work on the health part of my major as well, by being a volunteer at Granada's main hospital, Hospital Virgen de las Nieves. Working through an organization called La Asociación Española contra el Cáncer, which means the Spanish Association Against Cancer, I became certified to volunteer at the Children's Hospital, housed in a separate building next door to the main hospital. There, I worked specifically with cancer patients who were in all different stages of the disease, treatment, and recovery. 4 days a week, I would go to the hospital to hang out with kids ranging from 3 to 12 years old who had come from different parts of the country for treatment. At first, I worked in individual rooms within the wing of the hospital dedicated to the cancer patients. But a few weeks after beginning my volunteer work, I moved to the Obra Social of the hospital, kind of like a giant game room where the patients could watch movies, read books, play with each other, make crafts, do their homework, or just hang out for a change of scenery. It was a great way to see firsthand what goes on in a hospital environment while being able to practice my Spanish and meet other student volunteers my age too. Volunteering at the hospital was one of my favorite things about being in Granada. Knowing there are plenty of opportunities to work or volunteer while abroad was one of the reasons I wanted to study abroad in the first place. Everyone seems to have a different experience too, so it was interesting to hear about the work my friend Ross did while he spent the semester abroad in London.
My semester abroad was a little bit different than most people. I wasn't taking any classes. I was actually on an internship in London, and I was working with a member of Parliament in Parliament down in London, and I was kind of an assistant to this member of Parliament, did various office tasks for him, but also worked my graphic communications background into that internship, and I was able to do some campaigning materials for him. So that was a really great experience, not only because I was working in Parliament, and that's something that not a lot of people can say they did, and getting to walk around, be working in such a historical place was really, really a great experience.
My work in Granada was an equally great experience, partially because it was not just limited to volunteering at the hospital. I also had a chance to help out at a Spanish rock concert sponsored by the organization Medicos Mundi to help raise money for medical projects in impoverished countries. Even though I've been back in the States for a few months now, I am still realizing what a beneficial experience living and working abroad in a foreign country turned out to be.
Living abroad / working abroad for a semester really gave me a better perspective on what life can be like after college. I think of graduating, getting a job somewhere. Now I can think, well, I can do that in London now because I've kind of done it and see that it's the same. People are doing the same thing over there, they're doing the same thing over here. Lifestyle's a little bit different, and that's kind of what I like about studying abroad. Doing the mundane things like going to the grocery store, riding the bus, doing all that kind of stuff that everyone does every day, and doing it for 4 months kind of really give you a sense of living somewhere else. Spending a semester abroad, in my case working, really gave me a good perspective on what the workforce is like and how similar certain aspects of the workforce are in Europe, in London specifically, as they are in the States, because I have been able to complete an internship in the States as well. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who has the opportunity to study abroad to do it. Whether you're able to do it during a semester or even after you graduate, to at least take some time off and go work, volunteer, do whatever you can, and just to get that experience and to kind of break out of your shell and see just how the world works.
Spending a semester abroad has allowed me to learn from new experiences and change my understanding of the world. Needless to say, I wish everyone could live and work abroad at some point in their life.
The experience of working abroad and living abroad is really something you can't beat, and I think everyone should try to do it at least once.
And I couldn't agree more.